After I Die. Collected Poems. By Alfred Vassallo. From the book of the same name. After I Die. The preparations, without foundations. After I die, in peace I lie, one hope. Need no cry, after I die, just cope. Body immaterial, no ego ideal, the soul, it is noteworthy, God's interviewee, don't condole. After I died, I'll be tongue-tied, forever, set aside, cockeyed, relieving never. To die, a comfort lie, facing the Lord, a white lie, not to deny, no reward. Damned in hell, the soul as well, in calamity, the tribulation, of the persecution, wiped out humanity. Amen, goddamn. A wanker, in limerick form. Once there was an evil man who was a spanker, he was a bachelor and also a habitual wanker, he was never fussy, jerked to a pictured pussy, for a woman to fuck he could never conquer. The wily ghost. Thus the ghost gone away in void, felt lowly, strong on wail and echo of cries about it, whilst an outcry of screaming women, the wily ghost reappeared. Retain affection. In chinquain form. To keep an affection, vividly and thriving, one must dream of lurid terror, gravely. The way of life, the youth, from the richness of my heart, the tongue will speak graciously, a cornucopia of vigorous words, I have spoken truthfully and tenaciously. The elder, just as long I keep breathing, hope and fortune are with me, once I die, I'm dead, apprehensively free. The dead, yesterday and yesteryear, perhaps left alone to cry, I have left sadness behind, being dead I will purify. Out on a limb. Making hard choices that I regret, took them as learning experiences, I am only human and not perfect, I don't hide for sake of appearances. I did not manage my turmoil life, neither did I outline it in detail, decisions were made normally in haste, it was the alcohol dictated the travail. Where is the new start? There are so many, I have never made any godly decisions, to do that I had to surrender my ego, hard choices gave my heart incisions. With more decisions I was forced to make, I didn't notice my freedom becoming dim, the more I molested my frankness, it propelled me directly out on a limb. My savior. She calls me early morning, visits me late at night, when she's with me, I'm happy and bright. When down and very sad, I beg her to come and stay, she arrives within seconds, my sadness vanished away. When sitting by the table, we drink coffee from a cup, I feel exalted and uplifted, her presence lifts me up. If a death comes along, I feel crushed into sand, I think of her when I'm in bed, I'll be transported to fairyland. The truth will face me, when ending the meetings, I arrive into her kingdom, continuing the carnal proceedings. She is forever a savior, my redeemer and protector, she is perpetually mine, a permanently a dreamer. Asking. A ripe blossom, a sensual rose, a unique bouquet, I ask you once more, I want to, I've been crying too much, for this is a sad moment, a miserable time, clemency far away, I hunger for the touch, yours, are you still within me? I need you, I crave you, I want you. Do I? Lonely heart in me, lonesome within, deserted, isolated, forlorn, am I? The steps of love, climbing to you, abandoned heart, raising high, I'll be asking you again, should I? Clearly. As the sun rises cheerfully from one side, the moon descends soberly, despairs, the earth people awake for a new day, some for work others to learn, I see clearly the ways of human affairs. The restless children sit in the classrooms, their teachers ready for an uncertain day. The dark clouds hover menacingly over the sun, threatening a rapid change into the gloom. I see clearly the customs of the human's way. As mankind has given too much to vanity, their arrogance shall deny the gifts of the Lord. Their hearts' glowing hopes flicker away, the daily bread stale in their proud faces. I see clearly most earthlings' life restored. As I wander confused like a pitiful lost sheep, I do not listen to the appealing shepherd's voice. I keep drifting bewildered and out of control, foolishly becoming alienated from those I love. I see damn clearly I can never rejoice cuckolded. The man cried in pain, not again. He's fucking my wife, my paralyzed heart rife. The woman I chose, betrayed me on the nose, my sanity gone, I am forlorn. The wife's practice of casual sex, makes me vex, she doesn't with pride, with John, Peter and Clyde, I am in despair, it is not fair, everybody gets a bit, I don't even touch at it. With this act she gratifies, no matter the size, without love, whether under or above. I am cuckolded again and again, she's like a passenger train, everyone is welcome on board, except for me, who am untoward. A life of a habitual, cuckolded husband will be better, with some cash in hand. A life in Proverbs. No matter what I have been called, what matters is who I am really. I'm a human being like you and them, maybe worse but better would be ideally. I'm not a rose by any other name, in fact the least I converse the better, for a rose is a rose is a rose is a rose, I tell this with confidence and pleasure. I slipped down as I was about to succeed, oopsie-daisy and my big dream went astray, life is annoying and destiny is a curse, everything I touched did not go my way. Like a rose by any other name, I have no other alias to proclaim. If I have to reason with my life and quickly, I have to go back to the drawing board, to review and revise all my mistakes, to reassure myself that all is explored. If I move back to square one I'll start afresh, knowing that I've learned from my previous errors, become a model of justification and plausible, to stand tall and get rid of previous terrors. To be sure I won't beat about the bush, I'll go straight to the point without hesitation, I shall fix all that I did wrong with a heavy heart, moreover I will present myself with admiration. To wake up from a dream and be restored, in fact I shall redeem everything to my own accord. I view life more in sorrow than in anger, my heart is in deep sadness so is my mind. Time passed by quickly leaving me no choice, a choice that held me captive and blind. The unforgiving. Chaos in a second of madness, bullets sprayed everywhere, many killings and many more, my mind could not adhere. She got fucked when drunk, a mother with free will, pregnant not by the husband, the fetus is for the kill. A frequent visitors to the schools, he gives the girl a false smile, released from prison weeks before, he's at it again the pedophile. These are the unforgiving, that tear our lives apart, living in an own murky time, they surely haven't a heart. A taste of life. The mastiff dog barked loudly, the noises it heard were close, it climbed behind the locked window, the cat outside was licking its toes. The car screeched as it braked quickly, as the blind man crossed the street, the pedestrians gathered in a fright, the blind man embarrassed beat the retreat. In town a homeless man selling the big issue, an accordion busker singing out of tune, a dirty tramp begging on the pavement, a limousine passed by carrying a tycoon. A group of nuns walking the high street, mixing with hooligans and tattered women. Children on holidays annoying their mums, quite a few drops of rain now and then. Life as portrayed by painters and sculptors, celebrating events with exclusive colors. In a state of disillusion, not equal to confusion, portrayal declines, the mind confines. In depth of weakness, built in with meekness, characterization thrives, like bees in their hives. In a state of jubilation, forgetting frustration, the body succeeds, vitality leads. In depth of loving, the heart of giving, the mind portrays, benevolence stays. In a state of dying, the soul flying, away to nothingness, there's only emptiness. Devil in disguise. The bleeding heart everlasting, through ruptured veins submitting, as sharp long fangs piercing. Within me he was localized, the masked devil disguised. The euphoric mind confusing, the sucked blood dripping, lustful pleasure misguiding. Within me the life of corruption, devil disguised with false assumption. Everywhere. Every move you make I'm behind you, wherever you may go I will be there, go to the north or to the south, anywhere the journey with you I share. Every word you utter I hear it, whatever you say I'll be listening, say it in the east or in the west, I know the heart you're imprisoning. If you go away I'll be confused, I will get lost without trace, I'll be vulnerable lost in grief, you my love I cannot replace. All the games we together have played, I never had the feeling I will be betrayed. Everywhere you go, I'll be there, if go far away, I come with you and stay. Fragile earth. Tenuous is the word, weak and insubstantial, at one time it was robust, durable and hard-wearing, now it is dying, 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 and rapidly. We the murderers, not hired assassins, we are volunteers, gladly, despicable executioners, killing, killing, killing it, slowly but surely. Exhaust fumes, drilling for oil, eradicating Amazon forests, nuclear power, what else does the earth needs for comfort? Annihilation, 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 quickly and with style. There comes morality. Is it in the dictionary lately? Adultery, pedophilia, incest, fucking, 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 we scoundrels. Friendship and tenderness. Friendship and tenderness, a pair of emotions, priceless, sensations without discretions, a reward from our Lord Highness. Friendship the way forward, tenderness the way, truth and life. It's fortunate when one acquires it, a heart in harmony short of strife. Friendship and tenderness, sentiments so very precious, awareness deprived of prudence, mutually attractive and suspicious. Friendship not learned at school, tenderness never gets in the way, feelings so rich and productivity, loving now not just yesterday. Friendship and tenderness, born with us not made. They're not words but meaning, courageous, undaunted and unafraid. Glorious Rosemary. Rosemary, my glorious Rosemary, with good advice, a blessed grace, all day you give belief, throw your heart and soul, I love you I say, I praise I truly do. All is in the beauty of love. Rosemary, my glorious Rosemary, I'm anxious to bed with you, only when you request it, my desire will be complete, imagining sleeping on your side, in pleasure, in ecstasy, in harmony. O Rosemary, my glorious Rosemary. Rosemary, my glorious Rosemary, I am eager to make love to you, only when you request it, my yearning will be absolute, downright, unrestricted, straight out. O Rosemary, my glorious Rosemary. Rosemary, my glorious Rosemary, both enthusiastic for each other, both we'd agreed it. We are complete, satisfied, replete, integral. O Rosemary, my glorious Rosemary. I can live without you. I can quickly and without hesitation forget the loving. I also can forget the emotions that passed me by. That is how my mixed and complicated story goes, remembering all the more my pains intensify. Never was she there when I needed her most. The candor she showed was fake and simulated. All this is the simple truth and she cannot deny. A partnership with dishonesty she decimated. I definitely will forget all she did in the past. Instead I will concentrate on tomorrow fast. What she's done surely won't repeat again, for it left me exhausted with so much pain. I can live again well and without you. I can start to enjoy life and push through. I know I'm nearly dead. I won't feel sad, because I'm nearly dead, my life ending, into a pit descending, be saved of aggravation, mingled with humiliation. Do I have faith? If I be on the table, expand in triolate form, maybe in control, snowflakes fallen on the heads coming from the south for salvation, not for degradation from casks of wine. Life can't be savoring it with ugly, death gets stronger of the mouth, maybe with tender care, snowflakes forever else on the heads coming truth from the my south, sorrows, covered with arrows of wine barrels coming from the north, the agonies, some drinking too much, others one glass immorality as they die, cause pain. Snowflakes fallen on the heads coming from the heart, always fragile from high hurdles from casks of wine, gathering crying and despair, the virtuous falling apart, while pride, the love and honest, the sweetness of life, the wicked true humility gives the heart solemn peace tears, by pain suffered for futility, gathering crying and discord, none of emotions going astray. While the vain conceit shall conquer, pride rejoices, long and corrupt the living patent producing with anxiety of tears, no time for love, no time for choices, fabricating only for crying and despair, to cry as for the piety, evil constantly spite and anger, giving strength to all evil lies and deceit, lacks responsibility, dishonest state, conflict, showing them the true meaning of compassion. Undefiled them with their thoughts burdened with while stupidity, they're lost, they don't understand. Of pride, unlike the virtuous, they lack solid faith. In high heaven. This is my heaven till the end. This is my heaven, I'll meet the Father, Son and Holy Ghost. This is my heaven with all the struggles of life. This is my heaven, I hope to be welcomed by the great host. When the joyful angels sings in paradise high, when the joyful soul gets closer to God, when the joyful heaven accepts me all the way, when the joyful death comes along, I'll be awed. When I see the saints start strolling about, when I see Moses the giver of laws so great, when I see Peter and Paul gladly together, when I see crying with joy, I know I have faith. I can only hope for a blissful one-way ticket. I can only hope it shall be everlasting. I can only hope I will mingle with other souls forever. I can only hope my family in utopia congregating. My heaven is my glorious death, my heaven is ridding of all that is strife, my heaven when I help needed not for praise, my heaven shall reward me with gifts of spiritual life. No time to remember. The capitulation completed, the soul in tatters, all that was, had vanished, all that is, turned muddling. Everything in fragments. The yielding was swift. The emphasis was nil, highlighting end of an era, a period of a human life, in shambles and disillusion. Giving up on life, a will so easy, it took only courage, with inspirational viewpoint, with courteousness. Surrendering is great, concessions made gallantly, withdrawal without prejudice, resigning quickly and freely, a compromising which compelled death. The forefinger inserted, the trigger pressed, a piercing sound, silence, I don't remember anymore. Once we are dead. The living beings, humans and animals, whatever we act upon, we are mortal. The body rots away, the body become ashes, no one will laugh again, neither chortle. To an eternal oblivion, we shall pass. The frail soul, stagnate, the frail soul, perish, darkness, follows darkness, no more misdemeanors, no more goodness to cherish. Wherever the soul arrives, shall be castigated or rewarded, everything of the past, all that happened, is now sordid. Not a nursery rhyme. Periwinkle, periwinkle climbing high, all the surroundings you beautify, the dark green growing leaves, white flowers up your sleeves. Periwinkle, periwinkle climbing high, all the surroundings you beautify. Tinkle, tinkle sounding light, in my ears reaching height, sound that makes heaven cry, always wondering how it glorify. Tinkle, tinkle sounding light, in my ears reaching height. Sprinkle, sprinkle all goods around, gently, gently without a sound, the baby boy sleeping in peace, the constant crying did cease. Sprinkle, sprinkle all goods around, gently, gently without a sound. Wrinkle, wrinkle the pages neat, documents folded and discreet, soldier, sailor, tinker, spy, all classified secrets shall die. Wrinkle, wrinkle the pages neat, documents folded and discreet. Twinkle, twinkle little eye, don't you ever start to cry, down with sadness in the heart, smiling lips with a fresh start. Twinkle, twinkle little eye, don't you ever start to cry. Unique. Destruct and humiliate others if one can. Remembering we're only ordinary human, whatever we've done was naturally normal. Unless we are to be so fucking formal. We are the humans whom you were seeking. We were the ones from you who kept sneaking, so pathetic you are devoid of consequence. All your promises filled with incompetence. We are all damned bastards and bitches. In dreams of obtaining boundless riches, we dastardly believe in destroying honesty. Always inclined to cajole misled bureaucracy. Fuckers we are, performing bad deeds. Condemning all on which morality feeds, what the fuck we're supposed to do? Ignore all instincts and just live through? We don't give in so quickly even if we're led to hell. Do we care unless our objects we show and tell? She knew. She harbored my heart in false keeping, had my mind confused with anxiety, my feelings became tangled and lost, my body became her private property. She held me in slavery devoid of empathy, fucking me without love and without impunity. I live under her thumbs with a struggle, undoing my living becoming nonsensical, she owned neither rhyme nor reason, it was all a cruel game and illogical. Her perverse mind ran out of control, all I remember she became diabolical. I wonder how she became this abnormal being, how she did not capitulate with insanity, like a leopard who doesn't change its spots, she had a destitute heart of vanity. Born grown unrelenting and vindictive, leading a wasted life of inhumanity. Singing furiously. When I get mad with anger, when everything goes wrong, I start to curse and turn about, I dance the twist and also shout. I lift up my hand and punch the wall, I start vibrating, wavering and faltering, I sing loudly to the end damnation, I serenade songs without meaning. When my stomach aches my chanting ends, the cursing gets worse I damn this and that, I feel irritating, frustrating and aggravating, I sing macabre songs until I fall flat. When the heart goes plop. Willingly we shall fight for life, we grieve when a life is taken away, sorrows of the heart become rife, no one will laugh on that fatal day. There will be no joy, beyond death, no one to care, no one to comfort, in death darkness and silence are bliss, nobody to fuck. Not even to kiss. Millions upon millions have gone somewhere, Millions upon millions never returned back. When death arrives everything ends and vanishes, no love is engaged, and no hate will attack. When the heart goes plop, all that was, will instantly stop. Daisy, sexy Daisy. The girl Daisy, the so splendid Daisy, she have a spirited pleasing free heart, she gratifies men wherever she goes, usually by having her legs opened apart. The girl Daisy, the so magnificent Daisy, men desire, ache and hunger for her, they crave to quench their carnal thirst, hoping her naked body they will incur. The girl Daisy, the so wonderful Daisy, anxious men to join her in bed, with their pockets filled with money, enough to earn her the daily bread. The girl Daisy, the so fabulous Daisy, never too tired, full of aspiration, from man to man on beds she jumps, yet always in charge of the situation. The girl Daisy, the so startled Daisy, now she had raised the white flag, misjudging her safety precautions, with child she had nothing left to brag. The girl Daisy, the mother Daisy, the regulars are weeping for her return, they miss her performance so exquisite, for a happy future and her fuck sojourn. How to Getting Rid of the Mother-in-Law. A humorous poem in limerick form. Once there was Teresa, a widow from Venezuela. This plump woman lived with daughter Manuela. She was domineering, always interfering, though she was an expert in cooking paella. Mario, the son-in-law, was fed up with her intrusion, so he spoke to his wife and found a great solution. To marry her they decided, even if the groom was lopsided, they have had enough of her interposition. One day Mario came face to face with a dustman. All of a sudden a great idea in his head began. He took him in for a drink. He was mute but he lipped sync. With a huge payout the man agreed the marriage plan. The idea was that the man with flowers comes in, hoping the mother-in-law takes it on the chin. The plan was in place, ready for the showcase. The daughter was dubious and felt in disgrace. The three of them were sitting in the living room. The doorbell rang. Mario expected the bridegroom. The son-in-law opened the door. The man fell on the floor. The huge sound brought Teresa and Manuela from the back room. The dustman named Gabrielletto got up feeling remiss. He ran to Teresa, gave her the flowers and a big kiss. The mother grabbed him high. She laid him on her thigh. She couldn't let the opportunity to give it a miss. In seeing this, Manuela and Mario were taken aback. Gabrielletto smiled and gave his fiancée a piggyback. They were already engaged. The couple were enraged, as Mario, feeling cheated, nearly had a heart attack. The couple got married quickly and settled down. They lived with Mario and Teresa, who felt the shakedown. The plan to get rid of her went astray. While the betrothed had a feast day, the daughter and son-in-law left and bought a house downtown. The Shadow of Your Smile. Inspired by the song of the same title sung by Connie Francis. It lingers on that beautiful face. It brings me charm that could beguile. Not to love her is uncompromising, as is the shadow of her smile. Not to love her is uncompromising, as is the shadow of her smile, a smile which lingers on a beautiful face. It brings me charm that could beguile. Beauty that brings smile to me the beguile, while admiring the shadow of her smile. The seductive brunette. Bare-breasted brunette, exquisite in portrait, being it so sensual, an erotic I call it. The undressed lady, her intimate organ exposed, a seduction exhibition, voluptuous gesture imposed. What is seen is what one wants. The excitement within the heart, the adventurous temptation, an inducement from the start. The plate on the table full, the prepared dinner completed, the body ready to manipulate all, the lustful prospect greeted. A bare seductive brunette, the suspense not overrated, the assumption concluded, until the passion is depleted. Too blue is my heart, unlike my blood, crushed beyond repair by false love, drowning my dreams in the deep. This wasn't out of the blue, I saw it coming, the signs were clear, the mood changed, I am blue. Heart of a Muslim. Heart of a Muslim, clean and devout, seeking love but find it not, waiting patiently with a pretty smile. I am Catholic and I like Muslims a lot. Heart of a Muslim, clean and devout, finding in love me and I in her. Her chasteness will not defile or rot, we shall forever stay together. Heart of a Muslim, clean and devout, heart of a Catholic, meek and fervent, I belong to her, she belonged to me, she'll become my wife, not a servant. Heart of a Muslim, clean and devout, I love Muslims without a shred of doubt. Virgin heart. Intriolate form. Heart of a virgin, pure and fragile, seeking pure love but find it not, hoping ardently with a kindly smile. Heart of a virgin, pure and fragile, till it finds a charming man yet beguile, she will deflower and feel distraught. Heart of a virgin, pure and fragile, seeking pure love but find it not. A fool. A fool, I was a fool, I am, she loved me, I hurt her badly, I made her sad, it felt bad, once separated I suffered crucially. No other women there will be, I loved her, I still love her so, I hope I never hurt her again, I wish she'll never let me go. A fool, I was a fool, I am, I loved her, I was unfaithful, I smashed her heart, made her cry, once separated I felt disgraceful. She was a fool, she is a fool, she loved me without expectations, indulged me, enchanted me, a woman without misconceptions. In love I trust. In pantom form. A pantom is a poem of any length, composed of 4-line stanzas in which, the second and fourth lines of each stanza, serve as the first and third lines of the next stanza. The last line of a pantom is often the same as the first. Yet round my heart I feel thorns firmly coiled, bleeding heavily emanating from the soul, the dubious and irresponsible mind soiled, as for me though, composed in full control. Bleeding heavily emanating from the soul, from love it suffers as with lust driven, as for me though, composed in full control. The deed done in the past will be forgiven. From love it suffers as with lust driven, the heart, the mind and the strength survived, the deed done in the past will be forgiven. Realizing from other love I won't be deprived. The heart, the mind and the strength survived, the dubious and irresponsible mind soiled, realizing from other love I won't be deprived. Yet round my heart I feel thorns firmly coiled. Trust me baby, this is love. Wipe those weeping eyes and smile, tears takes away all abounding beauty, our love with our hearts shall reconcile, no sobbing the bells tolls for you and me. Open those blocked tears and cheer up, the lack of sound shall not touch your honor, I offer you a bed of roses as your backup, with this in place our love grows stronger. Trust me baby, I guarantee you true love, nothing more and nothing less you deserve. Speak your mouth and praise the Lord above, while I gather broken fragments you I'll truly serve. Laugh like you used to and be enchanted, I am yours and yes you can take me for granted. Epitaph for the lover. You knew I'll be back, no need to run away, let's stay together, I will never let you go. You were warned not to believe in me, you didn't gravely. I've left you alone frequently, you were scared I was too. Very scared in fact, really scared. I won't cry now, we're back and I'm to stay. I don't know how I found you, doesn't matter anymore. I did, you are mine, all mine. Why did I need others, those who I did not love? Only you, beloved, I love you truly. The others were only after one thing. I was not satisfied. I was appalled. I left you, but I found you. Yes, I did. I love you. I need you. I never wanted to hurt you, never, yet I had many others. I know you know I did not love them, I did only you. I am here, that is why, placing these fresh flowers, kneeling down, hoping you can hear me, and remember. A romantic musical affair. A gracious lady, a singer, her beauty expresses music, sound of music, the notes celebrates love, love played by magic. A trice-faced image, a metaphor of love, the beauty, the musician, the glee, all for one, feathered veil and a long silky dress, complementing the delicacy, the notes in crescendo easy as 1 2 3, adagio sounds politely, seducing the heart that belongs to me. A romantic musical affair, for you my lady debonair, I love you, I want you, adore you too much. No ifs, no buts. Every cloud a black lining, I hope she stops whining, a symbolism in every cloud, be quiet for crying out loud. The silver lining gone astray, hoping she goes and stays away. View from the wicked. My ways are different ways, I curse with my tongue, I'll not restrict my mouth, wicked words spoken not sung. I am the wicked, I'll not be dumb, I won't abstain from speaking, my joy in cruelty increases, my heart with hate fermenting. I think of evil, I blaze up, when I talk I speak vile, nothing makes me happier, with maliciousness I'll die. I will not stay silent, I talk loud, the infestation within me it stays, I am ravaged and consumed, my deeds will live long and always. I am not afraid of lingering guilt, I live in a dark filled with filth. Complexity. Part 1. This is the story, I tell it as I know it, only I have no proof to show, it happened a long time ago, this is for sure, this I know, a long tale, I will cut it short, though my mind, it will distort. I was 15 at the time, summer, in July, to a new apartment, we moved, my family and I, with a room, of my own, the first one I ever had, in a new home. Mother, father and young brother, 4 in all, no room for pets, no great and neither small, from the start, a premonition, a feeling of disposition. On the first mornings, of the same day, my family talked, same subject, same words. I was shocked, a new school for me, a new life, if only I knew, ahead of me, was strife. That was my day, the same day, a repetition, without a trace, except for one day, the day of light, with chaos, I came face to face, I got confused, I got panicky, I was alone, I didn't understand, I was lost, all unknown. The apartment was quiet, silence reigned, emptiness, only emptiness, no furniture, no sign of life, no parents, no brother, only blankness. I called for them, I shouted, I screamed, I ran out, I ran back in, maybe I dreamed. I sat on the floor, in the middle of nowhere, in confusion, something happened, a breakdown of memory, without conclusion. What am I? Where's everybody? How, what, why? I looked around, I stared, I thought, I too did cry. My head started to ache, I felt dizzy, I felt ill, the room was rotating fast, I could not stand still. Part 2. The day was bright, the sun was shining, a perfect day, the car ran smoothly, Dad a good driver, never moves his eyes away, Mother beside him, reading a book, turning her head at us and look. My brother and I at the back, Mum smiles again and again, Dad stopped the car, we waited a bit, until past the train, we kept on going, mile after mile, a family outing, a journey worthwhile. Then it happened, out of the blue, an accident. My brother hit me on the head. That was evident. I hit him back hard. In pain he cried, he shouted. Dad turned round, Mum did too. Into a tree we collided. The car was devastated. They all died. I survived. How and why nobody knows. In time in here I arrived. Part 3. In a small white room I am dressed in white also. This is no paradise, this is no hell, this is a space hollow. Few people I see, few people talk to me, few people smile, under the illusion that I live. In fact this is my permanent exile. This was the story, I told it as I know it, only I have no proof to show. It happened, this is for sure, for I created the accident. This I know, a long suffering, I can't cut it short. In my mind, feelings and emotions distort. Not a bitch. She is not a bitch, but she acts like one. She likes all men, her legs always wide open for fun. She is lustful, promiscuous, a prick teaser, superfluous. She is not a bitch, but she acts like one. She stabs at the back, and mocks everyone. She grew older. Grey-haired she is, not contented, lives in sleaze. She is not a bitch, but she acts like one, a cunning blonde bitch, on a losing run. The elements. As the earth rotates around the sun, so does my precious wailing heart. It revolves quickly into mediocrity, leaving me inconveniently jealous, while the beauty of the earth's gift weakens my will trying to survive. As the winds blow from the north, bringing along cold air masses, secluding my heart with icy feelings, pushing my life into deep storms, like ships caught unexpectedly. As the fire burns, the flames reach far and beyond, reality transforms into dreams and hallucinations, while the strong blazing sustains, so does my deeply preserved emotions, as they keep hanging on forbidden truth that I keep closely hidden. The rain comes pouring heavily down, purifying the dry land in need of cleansing. It compares with my defiled soul, needing disinfection from the evil I've amassed. I shall drown in the sanitization of water, hoping it quenches my abnormal thirst, filled with lust and perversions. Is there a curse? Is there a curse in my sad life? Am I blessed by an unknown spirit? Are they the joy of me, the poor man? The hidden one knows they are not it. Was my sad life rewarded by carrying the guilt of the past? Was my pitied life a gift? No, with them I feel aghast. I was and am a habitual sinner. It is for Satan to rescue me. Do I, the sinner, need to repent? Will they, the trio, set me free? I hope Christ will send me a cure. I need it to cure what I've done. I've spent my life in sin and misery, forgetting myself and anyone. I have got one foot on my grave, the other still weakly on the ground. Would I end back to the moral way, before I'm gone and in void confound? Is there a curse in my sad life? Am I blessed by an unknown spirit? Are they the joy of me, the poor man? The hidden one knows they are not it. To him, to her, to all of us. May your love with compassion fill, the floods of anger may lay still, with strife so ripe the mind unclear, no one to love, no one will come near. The unfaithful, you, with guilt distressed, the partner shall become unimpressed, the scars of burden forever shall sustain, the heavy heart cling to a betrayed chain. For man adores others and admire. The erotic flames combust into balls of fire, even at the cost of bringing marriage down, hoping for a better and fruitful life of one's own. Women chases dreams of love never to foreclose, they care for passion but not into nakedness pose, pledging to their hearts all men must be tamed, convincing their mind there's nothing to be shamed. In light of promiscuous life the heart reveals false affections and sordid aftermaths one feels. The older we become the worse our regrets of the past, looking into a foggy mirror viewing life of an outcast. Truthfully, do we stick to one partner avoiding breaking hearts? Are we completely faithful without tearing marriages apart? Bullshit. I saw nothing, I expected nothing. The moon always peaceful, in the calmness of the night. I have plenty of words, mouthful. I have listened, I heard naught. The dog's tail waving to and fro, having its tongue overhanging, touching him it tried to bite my toe. I have walked, I got nowhere, I stretched myself a long way, I sweated under the hottest sun, I think I've reached hell's doorway. I slept in peace, I was awake all the time, I dreamt of a moonlight serenade, I counted many sheep there was only one, the dream was perfect, it was strayed. I have died, I am still living, harvesting the fresh blood, I found it refreshingly tasty. I got drunk from the devil's stud. The elements. As the earth rotates around the sun, so does my precious wailing heart. Noon, darkness. Dong, 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 dong. 12 o'clock precisely. Noon. The rays of sun hide, blackness applied, so is the moon. Had a swoon, the stars vanished, all banished. Black is the sky, pitch dark everywhere, blackness reigns, lost in thoroughfare. Noon daylight reason dictates, but not today, the world is in total darkness, is it doomsday? Darkness at noon, definitely not a virus, not a bug or a gem, perhaps something in us. Darkness at noon. Created by us and contaminated all, a disease within the heart, symbolizing our fall. Darkness at noon from our human sickness, an illness which devastate, it's highly contagious, deadly in its outcome, an ailment called hate. An ailment called hate, a sickness named loathing, a disease of detestation, remarkably disgusting. Hate an emotion. We know by name, we hoard it, we reserve it, dearly. Hate is unique and it is hate itself, we gladly treasure it merrily. Hate is upon us, it has changed light, darkness lives on, living not so bright. We must be warned, quickly we must take heed, our lives on the threshold, annihilation very close indeed. Dong, 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 dong. Dong, 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 dong. 12 o'clock precisely. It is a black noon. Until we get rid of hate soon. A cat, a dog, and a mouse. Tasty nourishment, it awaits for the dinner, the bait not taken, hoping to catch a chicken, the taste buds a Kentuckian. Best friend with a tail. Alerted with every sound, the feline asleep, strange bedfellows in a room, the chalk and cheese get on well. Pom-pom for Ginger, squeezy toy for the Shih Tzu, happy families, cool as a dog with two tails, the cat leads a merry dance. Loving me gently. In lyric form. Love is mine, it's an emotion, it grows slowly, get closer. Hold me tight, love is yours, because I love you, I kiss you gently, swallow your sweet breath. Love me gently, love me do, for I am in love with you. A star falls, the heart stops flickering, I know you care, because you love me too, I get closer, I hold you tight, your love is mine, because you love me, you kiss tenderly, mixing your sweet breath with mine. Love me gently, love me do, for I am in love with you. Like butterflies, our love goes higher and higher, our world has gone crazy, inside of your heart, The rhythm of love takes your breath away. I love you more and more. Hug me tight, never let me go. Love me gently, love me do, for I am in love with you. Life according to yours truly. What is life, if not a strife? To be born, to die forlorn. Let's start from the very beginning. You are a baby knowing nothing, smiles thrown at your cute face, with lots of nappy changes and crying. Nursery school comes first, to learn the A, B, and C, meeting other toddlers, who in their panties pee. Primary school comes next, no more you're called a baby, a satchel filled with books, at times it's great, other times it's a bore. Secondary school for teenagers, the hormones start to emerge, boyfriends and girlfriends in tow, as naughty bits converge. Grown up to start high schooling, hoping one day end up something, studying is plentiful and hard, not as hard as the enticing ding-a-ling. To university at last, a doctor or a technician in mind, a politician or an architect, true love of any kind. You get married and be settled, producing children and you are happy. The crying at night keeps you awake, changing constantly the crappy nappy. Then a sordid affair ends in divorce, the family splits, anxiety is born, children frustrated grown up, not married still got a firstborn. Sickness and tragedies come to all, nobody is perfect, nobody is immortal, doing one's best in this miserable life, hoping to end up in a right portal. Lastly, we are determined to stay alive, hoping for a comfort living and to survive. Wine on the table. In triolet form. Snowflakes fallen on the heads coming from the south, sommeliers sipping and tasting from casks of wine, savoring it with ugly movements of the mouth. Snowflakes fallen on the heads coming from the south, lorries with haul of wine barrels coming from the north, some drinking too much, others one glass as they dine. Snowflakes fallen on the heads coming from the south, sommeliers sipping and tasting from casks of wine. Of pride and vain conceit. While pride consumes the sweetness of life, true humility gives the heart solemn peace. By pains suffered futilities effect strife, from discord none emotions be release. While vain conceit, pride rejoices, the living patent stuffed with anxiety, no time for love, no time for choices, only for the wounded heart to cry for piety. Spite and anger conjure misfortunes, lies and deceit lacks responsibilities, the conflict-faced listens to morbid tunes, undefiled thoughts burdened with stupidity. Of pride and pride conceited and punished, how many lives have been demolished. Peace and demise. Dying of peace, the world in trouble, mortal eyes bewildered and worried, ears had enough of hearing bad news, dying of peace, crucial decisions hurried. Anguish covers the air we breathe, tribulations pierced the tender heart, no more wondrous stories to be told, pacification summits are falling apart. Dying of peace, the world is muddled, hand in hand walks abuse and scorn, we're stronger in battle and weak in dying, disconsolate hearts with yearning forlorn. Anguish covers the air we breathe, dead bodies burned or placed underneath. Irish green. Leprechauns grin their teeth, they come out on the 17th, the green hats and costumes amuse, their pots of gold not of much use. Pints of Guinness the Irish patriots drank, it makes most of their minds go blank, an all-Irish celebration March day, green is the color the flags waves away. Am I deranged, I ask? A poet I am, I think, a writer of emotional words, sometimes horrible, others romantic, in this rotten world, in my putrid office, this is where verses are created, formed and constituted. Am I deranged, I ask? For all my works are based on the sins I have committed, those words which I am about to execute. Whatever is written down brings with the shadows of disillusions, the obscurity of doubt, of truth in gloom. Whatever the poem reads, it is penned down with a curse, a damning fact of metamania. Beware of what you read of mine. You should not look at my works. It can upset, confuse, or even contaminate. It will summon the worst thoughts in the mind. It creates chaos in the hearts, while the minds can be manipulated. Am I deranged, I ask? Please note. Metamania as in addiction and substance abuse. Feeling the aftermath of truth. How do I feel? I must know, but I do not. Some say there's no respect for truth. That is because they don't live in realism, in factual life like I do. How do I feel? I feel bad, yet I want to live, not to satisfy my pride, neither to justify my dreams. It is only for a just cause. I want to be happy. I also know that I can die unfulfilled, yet I died yesterday, my life in the hands of verity. It can end it quickly, it can also save me. On hands and knees. Coming to me like a dream, the little star high in the sky, shining brightly, alluring my eyes, causing a disquieting cry. No more sadness forthwith. Fate holds my hands tightly, caressing the wounding parts, leaving me at ease lightly. Sadness cuddles me warmly, too painful for the heart to dick, the eyes so cloudy without tears. I'm not well, in truth I'm lovesick. For love was never part of me, yet I kept smiling falsely, disquieting familiar moments, manufacturing sorrow gravely. Buried deep within me. The same with those stars, embellished in my eyes, caressing my non-existing memoirs. Mislaid treasure. In senryu form. Long golden necklace, diamond rings on the fingers, vanity blooms. Coins in old purse filled, silver basin crammed with pearls, pirate's enchantment. Intensified mood, lowly heart waiting for love, exasperated. Expression of grief, death of innocent children, treasured purify. I am dead, but not for long. Mighty and dreadful the darkness rest, the oblong box the surroundings clear, the final doom came in the nick of time, the master shall come, I'll wait here. Laid comfortable the hands across the chest, eyelids close, the soul not dead, the blood of life has stopped circulating. Bitten on the neck I became an undead. Hoping for the sun sets and the night turns up, I need darkness so that I will awake, my enemy searching for me in daylight, hope into my heart he stabs a wooden stake. I am dead, but not for long, consuming blood so I prolong. St. George and the Dragon. Once there was a dragon which lived in lakes. It ate sheep and kids rather than cornflakes. George came at the scene, to the joy of Silene. He used swords instead of wooden stakes. The crow of Silene were filled with delight, for the bravery of this gallant knight. The wings the sword slashed, the dragon created a splash, the crowd cheered with all their might. Please note, Silene, a place believed to be in Libya. Robin of Locksley. An outlaw for goodness, a brigand with dignity, a thief in love, an archer of dexterity. I am a thief, I rob only the rich, to the poor I give, without a twitch. Riding through space, with his astronauts, feared by the Daleks, admired by robots. My men are equal, so is lovely Marianne, but I have a confession, Friar Tuck does what he can. Fighting for the poor, battling the wealthy, Friar Tuck expects him, but his clothes are filthy. The Sheriff of Nottingham, my enemy, my foe, we have one thing in common, we're gay and we loves it so. The Nutty Comedian. Excessive laughter, Jerry Lewis, a fool recognized, nutty he is. The sun rise and sets, the laughter comes and stay, alas it is old age, his jokes in decay. Jerry Lewis the nutty comedian, funny, charming and bohemian. Visualizing mentally. The hound dog bit the cat screamed with pains, blood in the canine mouth, I am bound with rusty chains. The cat chased after the mouse got trapped in a corner, no mercy showed the injured cat, I am not the lamented, I am the mourner. The mouse lay drowned in its blood, dozens of ants invaded the dead, it should sustain them for months, from the crowds I quickly fled. The ants went back to their shelter, the dog, the cat and the mouse beware, absolutely hungry, thirsty and injured, I'm stuck in the middle in despair. I left the scene confused and bewildered, I walked the sky hid under a cloud, it was cold, airless and saturated, covered under a grayish shroud. The cloud evaporated and fell to the ground. A cow walked beside me eating grass, the bull was not interested, stayed away, I moved slightly to let a centipede pass. The milkmaid played with the udder, the milk so fresh and lukewarm, the cow enjoyed the situation. I sheltered in the barn from a storm. The rain came down in buckets, a school of fish swam for their lives, I was accompanied by garden creatures, as the bees hovered over their hives. The honey was tasteless and bitter, the toast was hard and burnt, the bacon cremated and the eggs undone, in the barn I was and wasn't. The whale sprayed water like a fountain, the shark hunted for the small prey, a school of herrings fled to deep waters, I swam nakedly caught in the fray. The mullet was cooked to a precise temperature, potato chips, fresh salad and tartar sauce served, chilled white wine to accompany the dish, I was left on a sandy beach cold and unobserved. The waves rolled over bringing in unwanted weeds, a seal got stranded in muddy waters, breathtaking was the sight of the helpless creature, I realized I missed my wife and daughters. At home the wife was interrogated by the police, the husband, I, left one morning and did not return. The dogs barked, the cat meowed, and the mouse squeaked, I was not there either, I had retired in an urn. The final ceremony. Getting out of bed early, slippers and robe on, stretching my arms, I yawned, it was dawn. It was pitch dark. I laid stiff, felt cold, others were with me too, we did what we were told. Down in the kitchen, with water I filled the kettle, plugged it in, and didn't wait to boil, instead I sat on a chair to settle. I saw some leaving, others coming in, it was very busy, all days like this begin. I got up again and taken bread out, 2 brown slices in the toaster. I opened a drawer and picked a small tub, I swallowed some vitamins for a booster. They looked at me and took me out, the road was busy and the drive was slow, I could smell the perfume of flowers, where was I going I did not know. I drank my coffee quickly, I thought there was no tomorrow, went to the bathroom and washed, outside twittering was a sparrow. The drive was slower than I thought. I think the driver was slowing on purpose. In this situation I asked where we were going, nobody answered me, I was getting nervous. I dressed appropriately for a funeral, made sure the house was secured and left. I started the engine of the car and drove off, with the thought of my visit I was bereft. The car stopped, the driver and the other men got out, they opened the door and stared at me. They waited for a while before they led me out, there was no time for love or sensuality. I got there as the cortege arrived at the same time, I saw 4 men in black carrying the coffin, it was an unpopular funeral I thought to myself, the priest explained to me he was an orphan. The 4 men dressed in black carried me on their shoulders, I could only see one man and a priest following us. They didn't have to walk long before they found the place. I heard the priest telling the men that I was hit by a bus. I had nothing else to do. I had found my destination. This was the day of reckoning and my predestination. Dying. My heart is split apart, not by a knife, oh no, but by malice. I thirst. They gave me vinegar in a chalice. My heart is dying slowly, it has a hole in it, not by a bullet, oh no, but by a tongue. I'm in too much pain. I heard the requiem mass sung. My heart will stop ticking, not by a heart attack, it bleeds warm blood, but by stabbing on my back. Do not shoot me, the poet. Do not shoot the poet. Instead destroy the pen. Words comes out freely, not always but now and then. Words big and small come within me, form part of my mind and illuminate it. Show me the path of beauty instead of gloom. Give me more access so I write what is fit. The poet is not dead yet, the pen though is dead and buried. He conjures and supplicates, with those emotions not so flurried. Those feelings, oh God, are so crucial, the emotions dangerously factual, digesting and composing words, by feelings and emotions they are natural. The poet survives humiliation, but the ink dries up and stops, words of truth glued in the mind, a reason why the poet never flops. Writing a short poems is difficult, I find, they need to be precise with more attention. Longer poems such as ballads and odes, can be more explanatory and with better conviction. Take heed before you shoot me, the poet, cause I'm neither a humanitarian nor a hypocrite. Heavens forbid not aberration. The house that I built by my hands from sand, collapsed by the wind blowing from the north, consequently a refugee of some sort I became. My parents vanished and my siblings went forth, the mid-morning sun so hot it boiled my brains, the wine inside me fermented and made me rot. I sing Alleluia loudly for I am in the mood to cry, heavens forbid if I ask politely to take off and fly, like an eagle diving straight into rocks and die. I dressed the female mannequin as a clown, with a white chalked face and a huge red nose, exaggerated wide lips. It started to smile, a long blonde curly wig with a plastic rose, on the feet a grotesque pair of torn shoes. It kicked me in the ass and I froze. I sing a song of love and the woman comes by, she kindly bit my dried lips and I closed my eye, for I am blind from one and the other a spy. The bewitching facsimile of the heart brings joy, like an incandescent dream it creates desire, twin flames combined between a girl and a boy, no lover's tiff bemoans the atmosphere to inspire, unwavering we stand when tears of sadness disturb, I dishearten when at times slackening is her fire. O sweetheart, discovering that I never decline, I visit you frequently in your heart on cloud 9. There we dig out our loves and made them combine. Our roads are not filled with clouds, it is hard to find, instead the long way to prosperity is essential. The importance of barbed wire lies in the mind, our destiny endowed with a glimmer of potential, no blockages, no hurdles shall change the route, the world will cry acid tears for we kept it confidential. In our dreams and fantasies we still upon each other, in a stifling haziness our love will smother, the weakness of our flesh belongs to the pornographer. To bite, slit and drink. I've to justify my living in order of blood, for there is no room at all for me in hell, no compromising from the devil's stud, therefore I prowl for humans and yell. Fresh blood so tasty and redolent, from a pure virgin roaming a street, a bite piercing the veins with intent, it's more nutritious than fish and meat. To drink blood perchance to survive and digress, to bite, suck and denourish my body undead, to devour the virgins in their awareness, to possess, slave and go to my morning bead. My sharp teeth cleaned as the eyes reddish glow, to slit the jugular letting that fresh blood flow. The harmonious robin in hibern form. Dawn, the air is chilling, charmed by the harmonious robin. If cloudy the day or sunshine I hear glorious whispers. My eyes discovers the air filled with toxin, rain and shine on our feathered friend, undeterred. The wind draws on the week's branches not to forget the falling leaves. I perceive and love the glorious lone bird, his beauty and the surroundings deteriorating by vicious storms. How I appreciate the commemoration as the robin performs. The melodious sweet bird, red-breasted in touch with death, the rainstorms coming. The narcissist. The woman said enough of her talking about herself, meaning she would prefer to hear you talk about her. Typical lady filled with vanity described as ego too. It doesn't matter if she's single, mistress or a mother. The narcissist's man like to impress others. He makes themselves look good externally, using people, objects, status, and accomplishments, anything to represent himself adequately. The lady has little or no remorse at all. She breaks many promises deliberately, convincing me she blames someone else, and forgets about obligations repeatedly. She dyes her hair blonde and her breasts enlarged, makes other women jealous, getting men supercharged. You have been listening to After I Die, Collected Poems by Alfred Vassallo, from the book of the same name.